Welcome everybody, Drake Hawkins with you. Today we're going to be taking a look at Project Zomboid. This is currently build version 41.5, so if you're looking at this as early 2021, the game has changed dramatically over the years. Long-term process build. This is the I will back up my save. That's what IWBUMS means down here in the corner. I will back up my save version. So the game is available on Steam. It's a good buy, I would say. That's the entire review version of things you're going to get from me. But I want to take a look at this game today on our showcase. We got about 7 days we're going to have for this one. We're going to look at it. I'm going to try to be as informative as I can of the mild, small amounts that I know of it, and kind of give you the I might be interested in this game. What do I expect in the current build? So what we're going to go with is right in here. We're going to hit solo. First thing to note, the game is available in multiplayer if you're playing on older versions. The current 41.5 does not have this, and the older versions are substantially different, so take note of that. We won't be doing the tutorial, but we're going to go into solo mode here. I'm going to choose survivor mode, which is kind of, I think, is fairly middle of the road, difficulty, stuff like that. There's not a huge changes between them. I couldn't probably spell them out for you accurately enough. 4 town options to begin with, or I guess there are 4 towns within the county of, I guess it's called Knox County? Is that what they call it here? Knox County, yes. Locals know it as Knox County. Well, we are going to go with Riverside because I feel like it's going to give you a little bit more room to breathe at the moment initially. This one's going to have less valuable loot and a lot more zombies. There's hundreds more zombies there, so we'll go with the Riverside. So this is a zombie survival game, character building, crafting, lots of looting and hunting and fighting off the bad zombies, and very high difficulty game. It's inherently a very difficult game, and it has it's very unforgiving, and it is roguelike. So if your character dies, your character becomes zombified, you're done. That's it. That's all there is to it. It's game over. And you don't get to reload. Just not a thing, which is really weird, awesome, and fun. So we're going to choose, there's a lot of options here, different jobs you could choose. You could be a chef, a repairman, a farmer, a ranger. I like the fire officer, played him a bit. Really like the lumberjack, so looks fun. Played a burger flipper, and he did well on the stream. It was weird. You could do specifically engineering, metalworking, and all the rest of it. There's a lot of options. Police officer, if you want to be good at shooting and reloading and stuff like that. But we're going to hit unemployed for a fairly basic deal. So we get 8 points, right, as a base level. This one, we have 0 points, which means taking this costs you the 8 points. There's different positive attributes and negative attributes that you can take. Like you could be cowardly, especially prone to becoming panicked, which is terrible, or disorganized, decreases the carrying capacity of all containers you interact with. You just make a mess of things. That should probably be something I take if I was going for my own character. But we're doing unemployed, and we're going to choose a couple things just to make it kind of ones that I think would be helpful and help along without really dramatically changing everything on us. Let's see. We're going to go with fast learner. That uses 6 points, and we're not going to do a bunch of positive negatives and try to min-max it. That is for a later date. Then there's a couple I like would be fast reader. You learn faster because you're obviously reading faster, but then you also get fast learner. That's pretty awesome. You don't need it. I think it's 30% increase to how fast you read through a book. Something like that. Outdoorsman would be good if you're hanging out in the woods and whatnot. I like that one. Wakeful, very, very good. Need less sleep. That's a big deal. I'm going to go with dexterous. Transfer resources more quickly. Just basic stuff that's not hugely... This is not going to change your game overall excessively. This one will, but as a showcase, I feel like it's kind of par for the course. Let's see we hit a couple randoms here, what you can get. I think we'll go with, let's do a dude character to begin with this time. Let's see. David Jones. Is that generic enough? David Jones? David Jones has no chest hair. Sorry, David. With a nice receding hairline. Little mustache, like it. So we get to choose the character. None of this matters. No relevance at all. Gender's not affect. As far as I know, gender nor stats here affect anything. These ones do. This determines what you're going to start with. So you can pick a hat and glasses. I don't think reading glasses affects your ability to read at all, but you could wear them for style. There you go. David Jones needs reading glasses. He could wear a tank top. He can wear a formal shirt. He can have a long sleeve t-shirt. And he's going to wear jeans and some nice long, almost to the knee socks. And shoes or sneakers? Let's go with shoes. Now, the difference on these does make a difference. I think sneakers give a slight speed bonus when running, and shoes give a bit of scratch resistance and defense from the bad guys. I'm not sure. We can also change the type of shoes and whatnot. That looks great. That's a good look for you, Jones. There you go. Actually, he's gonna have the not blue jeans. He's not cool enough for them. All right, that's our dude, David Jones, Mr. Plain and Normal. He's good at learning. He does a lot of reading apparently. We will be doing a lot of reading if we survive that long. So, like I said, roguelike game. These are the end times. I love the tutorial of this game. You can't finish the tutorial without either quitting or dying. There was no hope of survival. This is how you died. I love the voice in the background. It's really haunting and intense. So David Jones here is going to be our guinea pig. We're probably going to die and have like 15 David Joneses over the 7 days, but we'll see. We might survive. We're not going to be trying to... I'm not going to be trying to min-max or be hyper any which way. I'm just going to be trying to be as informative and kind of roll with whatever happens sort of scenario. So let's click to start. All right, hit C. That goes into your quiety crouchy mode. You are guaranteed to have no zombies in the house that you start in. That's where the guarantees and the niceness ends. Cooking for intermediates, fishing for intermediates. No, we'll take a magazine, and I will take. Okay, I'm gonna pause a few times at the beginning of this because I want to explain a few things. Get rid of that. Let's have a quick look over the map. All right, isometric view. Pretty awesome. The graphics are substantially better compared to the old versions. We got our speed functions up here. F2 is the pause. Sorry, F2 is pause. F3 to go normal speed, F4 and 5 to go fast, and I think F6 might go like hyperspeed. Never mind. Yep, don't do that. Notice there's no clock because Mr. Jones here isn't wearing a clock. He doesn't have a clock on in his pocket. He's not wearing a watch. We can get such a thing, and then we'll know more information. Top left here will be your primary weapon. This is your secondary choice. So they correspond. Sorry, left and right, I think. Maybe. No, primary and secondary. So these two belt options, you can kind of holster an item, so to speak, like an axe or a butter knife or whatever. And this one would be on your back, so something that maybe is a two-hander. Click this to close and open the inventory bar at the top. I never want it closed. Mousing over this top bar will pop those up. Left-clicking on the ground will get rid of it. Yeah, this first episode is going to be as tutorial and informative as I can get it. So if you don't like that, maybe skip to the next one. On the heart here, we have the information. So this is about Jones. So he's male. He's unemployed. This was the start. None of that matters afterwards. Male. He's weight at 80 kilos. So this is your standard. If you're not overweight or underweight or whatever, this is where you'll start. This will change based on his life through the apocalypse or death through the apocalypse. He's got the trait dexterous. He's got the trait fast learner. There are others he can learn. So if he sits there and gorges himself in sadness and listening to the few shows that are still broadcasting and reads sad books and does nothing but eat chips and drink pop, he's going to become overweight or out of shape and other things. So those will dramatically affect him. You can change the hair and that, but the zombie kills and the time that you've lived will all be down here. On the skills, we got two passives, fitness and strength. These are crazy hard to level up. They take a long time to level these up, and some early start things can affect it. Then there's sprinting, fleet-footed, nimbleness, and sneaking. These ones are all affected by what you do. If you're running, so on and so on. Nimble will be your speed when you're sneaking. This is your actual ability to sneak, as in be undetected. Light-footed, I believe... don't remember. Don't remember what light-footed does for you. Then sprinting, how fast you're at it. Combat skills, use it's highly advantageous to pick one and stick to it, because the more you use it, the dramatically improves your ability to use it. The chances, you gain maintenance skill as the maintenance goes up. Your weapons break down less often and degrade less often. Then we got all sorts of crafting. I think we got 8 crafting categories here. We can do all sorts of things. We can build armor for our weapons. We can do metalworking and farming to sustain yourself long term. There's people that live like a year or more in this, and it's like legit 365 days of his time. I think a minute is 10 minutes, something like that. What else? You can use firearms, dangerous. Zombies have good ears. It's about the only part of them that's really in good shape. Their ears and their teeth. Survivalists, you got fishing to gather yourself some, obviously, food for those two, and foraging, you can get food as well as other supplies. All right, health. You're going to be looking at this one a lot. When you get a scratch, it'll show up here, and then you can activate, like, right-click to bandage it or whatever. We'll see that, I'm sure, very soon. Fitness, something fairly new, and a lot of people don't use this one, but I love it. If you were to do burpees and say, spend 10 minutes, let's tell him to do burpees. We can unpause it. All right, buddy, that's how you start today. It's the apocalypse, you got to keep in shape. So he's going to spend 10 minutes doing that. He's going to get a bit sweaty doing it. I presume he's going to stop when we... Yeah, there you go. That was 10 minutes. So that's how long 10 minutes took. I don't know. I sped it up. Now, on that thing, we click on burpees. There should be a little bit of regularity. Oh, I can't even see. It's not even enough to show up. But the more regularly you do a routine, the more you'll improve your fitness. The higher it goes, the higher the regularity goes, the faster you'll gain fitness. See, I got 35.19. Only 29,000 and some more to go. Your inventory up here is going to give you... Oh, wait. I didn't show protection or temperature. As the seasons change, you'll get issues here. Not going to be something we'll deal with much unless we are carrying too much stuff or working out. We get a little warm, get a little thirsty. It gets worse when it gets cold. Our pants give us a little bit of protection, apparently, because we're wearing denim. Okay, that's good. Everything else is just guarantee no defensiveness. We're going to need to improve that going forward. Yeah, you look at the jeans, it says bite defense 10, scratch defense 20. All right, good. Any other information we can give you? Well, this is your crafting menu. We won't be getting into this, but you can craft a ton of things. Apparently, you can craft umbrellas. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. You can craft spears and furniture and better weapons and houses and all sorts of things. You can do electronics to get specialty bombs and timers and distractors and metalworking, all sorts of things. Farming, tons of stuff in here. We can move. I could pick up like this TV and carry it with me. It's going to be super heavy and whatnot. That's what this is for. All right. That covers pretty much everything. We're going to go around and start looting since time is running. I'm going to right click on this and say equip primary. This is a radio. I can actually, there's the pop-up for it. Lovely. It's supposed to be normally there, but I keep mine off to the side. What I'm looking for is a radio that has, when I click on the channels, that has the emergency broadcast system. I'll take that, and if it was this one, I would write that number down. If I keep the radio or not is another question, but which we won't be doing. Let's unequip that. I could turn it on and see what's going on the radio, but I don't care. These books are intermediate. I'm going to pause again, teach about books. Learning is done as shown here under your skills. So if we gained a carpentry skill, what are these books? This is a cooking for intermediates. Okay. Cooking right now takes us 75 skill points to gain level 1. There's different things that unlock as you do that. We won't get into that yet. We'll see it if we get to that, we get to it. As the levels go up, they get more difficult and so on as you'd expect. So this is for intermediates. This book gives you an XP multiplier for levels 3 to 4. It doesn't mention it there, but levels 1 and 2 is a beginner book. And then there's 5 book types covering the 10 levels, and reading the book through will actually add a modifier to how fast you gain the skill. I'm going to do something I think a lot of people should do early on. I'm going to close the curtains on the windows. That's you can right click on things for the pop-up menu. You can also hold Shift E. There's different Shift E there when you're near the window. It'll close the curtains. I'm also going to go to the most important thing when you start out. This device right here, a TV. We'll turn it on and we'll quickly drop the volume to the lowest possible so we don't distract the neighbors, as in the ones that want to eat our faces. And then we'll switch to Life and Living Television. Tune in. After you do that, it should show it up here. Now, they're talking about something, kitchen knives, chicken noodle soup. Okay. Now, what that's going to do is they're going to sit there and yammer on about stuff. And my fantastic friend here, Dave Jones, is going to go to his locker. That's a different thing. Yeah, we're going to learn something about what they're teaching. So they can cook teaching. Look at that. Or they can teach cooking. We got 16.5 skill. It would take a long time. There's another 16.5. Best training in the game. Bar none. I'm probably not even going to read my beginner book because I'm going to get 3/4 of the way to level 2. There you go. Just got a level. Just like that. That's the beautiful sound effect of leveling up. The modifiers of reading books will show up here as we'll see them when they come, but we're probably going to make it halfway through the next level. That's awesome. In Davy Jones's locker room here, we have twine. Great. Useful for lots of things. We'll just grab that now. For looting, this is your stuff. This is the stuff you're looting. On the right panel, you see this is our keychain. That's our box. That's our base inventory. On here is the device, the item you're looking at in the world. So this one here or the floor. If I drop something there, it would go on the floor. If I want this twine on the floor, I could drag it like that. I could drop it off the... Oops, have to be having time go. I could drop it on the ground, just drag it off. I do want that, so I'll double click on it. If I have this selected and something over here selected, and I click loot all or grab, I would take that item. So I'll hit loot all just to show that. Boom, it goes in there. Now, as weapons, I could attach that onto my back because everybody knows glove club makes a great weapon. I could then also put equip in both hands or equip primary, or I can, now that I've equipped it on my back, I can hit 1 as a hotkey to bring that up. All right, TV's shut off. It's making the buzzing sounds, great buzzing sounds of the 90s. And so now it's stopped training me. We got 55 of 150 points into our second level already. Mustard, tasty. Kind of not tasty by itself. We are not overweight or underweight, so the type of foods you eat will make a difference. It's the apocalypse. We're going to have ourselves a nice, tasty ice cream snack. And look while we look through what other things we've got. Food and water are vital. Can of oats, for instance. Not super important, because I'm not going to use it right away. I'll take the can opener. If I get desperate, I can use it. Sugar is great. You can add it in recipes when you're cooking later. I will also take these, all these containers that might contain food. Another thing about the looting that I recently learned, you can shift scroll mouse when you're moused over this window or this window, and it'll switch your what topic you're in, so what structure, what thing you're looking at. I'm not going to grab matches. I'm going to take the butter knife, or bread knife rather. It's the better of the two. And I'm going to attach it to my hip. I'm just going to stick that in my pocket safely and keep that. Let's see. Oh, kettles. Nice. We'll double click that and loot both of those. All right, let's see what else they have here. I'm looking for water containers and food sources. Anything that has a container that can take water, the baking pan won't. And then we're going to right click on the water, on the pool. Oh, actually, we're going to go, hold on a second. We're going to go on the window and we're going to tell it to close the curtains on the window. So no Zeds have a look at my face, and I think they want to eat it. Or other parts of me. I'm going to hit fill all. There's fill specific things, but I'm going to hit fill all. Watch my weight. I can only hold 12 weight. This is normal speed. I could speed this process up. Now I'm almost entirely overburdened. Not great. Really not a good start. But if we go to our friendly neighborhood outdoors, I'm right clicking here to be able to look around and go into combat stance. I'm going to look around. There's not a lot of bad guys around. I want to come right over here, and I'm going to take this. I'm going to drop it. Oh, I didn't fill the mug. Okay, kettles of water. I'm going to drop them as well. They will stay. Everything stays in the world forever, forever and ever and ever. Well, unless it gets destroyed. Like if there's a fire or something, explodes near it, that'll be bad. I'm going to drop all that stuff on the ground, and I'll keep the ice cream. It's going to melt. Gotta take care of it. So I dropped that there so that I just something I've decided I got to start doing. Planning ahead. That stuff's just going to sit there. Ooh, some more TV stuff. You like floors? I like floors. There we go. We're getting carpentry skill now. Hey, the day is passing quickly as we stand around and do just about nothing but chat. We can also wash ourselves if we get a little dirty. It's not something that's going to be a very big issue until we find some zombies, and then it'll be pretty messy. I'm also going to right-click and hit drink. Two things to note here that are important. The water will run out sometime around 2 weeks-ish or less into the game. The water's just going to be shut off. The TVs are only going to broadcast for about a week or so, and then as the apocalypse spreads, so does the lack of access to things like water and then in about 2 to 4 weeks, I think it is, that your power dies and you don't get any lights on in the place. And your TVs go out in about a week or so. Electricity goes down, so your gas pumps at the gas stations aren't going to work without a generator. All sorts of things are going to change and get worse for you as you go. But if you mouse over drink, you'll know when it stops. Go to a pool, when the water stops, go to a pool, go to a sink or something, mouse over drink, the thing should say unlimited. In which case, it is unlimited. The water is still on. Did I check that radio? I did not check that radio. Hello, device that may have something interesting. Nope, does not have it. Okay, that's fine. I could take the batteries out of there, but I'm nowhere near going to be needing batteries. Notice how I hit right mouse to prepare myself there? Good habit? Not necessary, because we're not going to have any... Oh, wait, was there anything in that cabinet? There is. Soap. Oh, black hair dye or strawberry blonde hair? Dude, you're owning the gray. Just be the gray. Be you, buddy. Be you. Nice little bedroom here. The 2 things you're going to want to get first, one of which we have, is a semi-decent bikini, apparently. Nope, wait, that's not what we wanted. Now's not a time to become a crossdresser, sir. It's just not going to work for you. Close up those windows. I want to get a bag of some sort to help me carry stuff more efficiently, and I want to get a weapon and some food. Preferably some fresh food, or if you can get chicken or something like that and cook it up, that's a great idea too. Mustard would be great, but we can take it and throw it in our outdoor. Please come back and get me good stuff here. Zoom mouse, pulling in and out on the view. Again, always on the right mouse button, swinging around, trying to get be alert of what's going on. I'll grab this mustard and throw it down here. And then I'm going to go ahead and eat another quarter of this beautiful thing. Now, if your water containers are in your inventory and you have the setting set, which is the default setting, it'll automatically it'll automatically water you as you need to go forward. So this is kind of a suburbia sort of a startup. There's a lot that are much more condensed housing zones. You got to be real careful around corners. Fences can be good and bad. If you walk up to the fence, standard or crouched. So if I hit C, I'm walking normal. I'm noisier. But if I'm standing up, just normal, I'm a lot noisier. Zombies will hear me and come at me better. If I hit C, I'll be crouched. If I add a fence, I can just hit E to activate it. Similarly, to try to open windows, I can walk up and see if this place is safe. As long as the alarm's not on, I should be okay. Oh, look at that. First try and it worked. Love it. Okay, let's climb through the window. If I mouse over there, it says hold keyboard, hold E. We'll just do that, and whoop, in we go. Nice. Okay. The alarm will go off pretty much instantly, about 2 seconds after you set foot on the floor. So, oh, wait a second. You hear that? I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I sure hear zombies. Hello, friends. You in the house? Yeah. Left mouse button. If I'm close enough, I'll push them. She got something. Spacebar to push, or spacebar to stomp. That was a little fast in the tutorial. Okay. that was a rushed tutorial event. Okay, so right mouse button will get you into combat mode. If you're not in combat mode, you hit space, you'll push. But if you hit left mouse button, you will not swing your weapon. So note that, always basically walking around like this. This will improve your nimbleness too when you're sneaking around like this. So we stomped that lady. To do so, if you're standing close enough to them, you hit spacebar to push. If they're on the ground and still alive, you hit spacebar, it'll stomp them. The advantage of that is if you got a nice weapon, it won't lose the durability on the weapon by stomping on them. It does, you get an endurance hit and whatnot. Oh, look at that. She had a letter opener, not a screwdriver, in her back. And so we can loot it, which would be awesome. But what's really awesome here is we now know that it's 1:50 p.m. We can hit this, or 13:50. We can right-click there and say where, put on your left or right wrist. And there you go. We now have, because it's a digital watch, we now actually know the time, the date, and the temperature, which all are very important things. Let's see, what else? What are we going to do? Let's see about finding some. Oh, there's a nice cupboard here. If I go in a door, I'm going to hit E so that nobody sneaks up on me without letting me know. Paint. Okay, radish seeds. Lovely. We're going to go long. If Mr. Davy Jones here is going to go a long time, then we definitely want him to. I didn't intend to do the David Jones as in Davy Jones, but anyways, we're going to want him to have seeds so that he can do stuff. If I want to, I can stop myself from accidentally dropping things by hitting this and going favorite. It'll put a little star by it. And then if I, well, this is a little weird to do this right now, but if I hit, if I accidentally like thought I was just grabbing the water, a couple items, and I did this, or here's a good example. I can hit this to open up the multiples. If I was like this, thinking I just grabbed the two of them, tried to move it over, only the mugs moved. Oh, very helpful. Paint pails can be good, and they're a good habit to pick them up and dump the paint out. We were going to assume that somewhere along the process he's also going to rinse them out, but in left click I can open doors as well as hitting E. When you sneak in a house through a window, very advisable to go to the door and, well, the door flash, just hit E to open it up. It's going to flip the door open, and more importantly, it's going to unlock the door. So you don't try to rush into the house to run for safety, and the thing's locked, but you've been there before. Now, we can, because the bucket counts as a pail, as a container for water, I can do the same thing I did with the other water containers, and I can fill that beast right up. Because this is going to hold a lot of water for me. Lots and lots of drinking times. If I go to here and I sit drink, it's -3. I don't know how much you use in a day, but I mean, if it's 25 or 30, that paint pail alone will give us multiple... Ooh, fishing for beginners. Will give us multiple days, at least a day or more, I imagine, of water. I'm not sure the exact numbers, but hello. Let's close that. So a friend stops noticing me. It doesn't notice me. Good. Creepy mirrors on the wall. I swear, zombies can spawn through the mirrors sometimes. Alright, if we sneak up to this door, she has something stuck in her back, but it's not worth chasing her down for that right now. It's definitely worth going here, turning on the TV, and hoping... Oh, that was loud. I hate when people leave their TVs on really loud. So we know it's 2:50 in the afternoon. You can watch, but I think they're around like either 6 a.m. and 8. I think they're 6, 12, 6 and 12. So like 4 times a day, I think. I don't quote me on that. I think that's what it is, but forks and stuff do categorize as weapons, so you could use them if you wanted to. You're only going to get like one use for them. Roasting pan's not going to be great. Cold pack's going to be cool later on. You might be able to do some cool technology stuff with it. Duct tape I'll definitely take. Aluminum would be used for electronics. Electricity for intermediates, I don't really care. I'm going to not take a bunch of... Actually, I will take a bunch of. Since we're doing the whole dropping and planning ahead thing, we'll do that. We'll take this stuff, we'll throw it in here. And we'll take... Oh, look at that, a toolbox, yes. If I mouse over it, it would have little icons below the words weight reduction to tell me that there was something in that device. So I can't even show you because I don't have any devices, any containers. But let's see. If I take this and I put it on the ground... Oh, wait, I have to unpause. Notice how I did an action while it was paused and it did nothing? I can do this. I can also throw that on the ground. It does nothing. As soon as I resume speed, it does the action. Or not. Where did my... Oh, I ended up only taking it and then picking it up. There we go. Okay, so now it's an option here on the ground. So I can actually go here. I can take this remote control, version 3 remote control, and I can put it in that toolbox. Toolboxes, like other containers, have a weight reduction feature. See, there's the icon of the thing that I put in it. It can hold 8, like this thing can hold, that we can hold 12 without overburdening ourselves. It can hold 8, and everything that goes in it, it has a weight itself, but it reduces the weight of everything in it by 15%. So it's a terrible choice. But I can, however, take this and I can select that to open this baby up, put in that paint pail of water that we did, put in dog food. If I get desperate enough and I have to come back here for it, I mean, that's desperation, all right. We'll actually make sure that the containers that it has are full of water, because the water's unlimited right now. Seems like a good call so far. Alright, so far we haven't gotten into a lot of combat. We had that one little surprise fight indoors here, but nothing major. I'm going to keep the duct tape. It's good for repairing some things. Hello. We have a friend coming by. You hear him? Hello, friend. I'm going to kind of sneak impossibly in between this and close the window. Kind of forgot to do that. And we'll close the curtains too, thanks. Thanks, friend. Thanks a bunch. Let's close those curtains as well. I just don't want to be interrupted while I'm talking here. Come on, guys. I'm hearing the growls, but yeah, we'll see. If we get jumped, we get jumped. Okay, I'm gonna take the electricity for beginner or for intermediates. Throw it in there. We could read a magazine. If we get in a bad mood or depressed, we get boredom reduction from that and stress reduction. Nice. Aluminum is for that as well. Sounds good. Twine I'll keep. useful for various different things. Now, this thing is just sitting here, and I'll forget where this is. So I'm going to go ahead and equip secondary. Now, I put the, unfortunately, I put the two-handed weapon on my back again. But our weight is now 16.5 of 12, so a little risky. Little unpleasant here. I'm going to go to the front door, see if all is semi-clear looking. If so, I might endeavor to peek outside. I hear a noise to the west. I'm going to sneak up here. I'm going to right-click up here and say unequip. It takes a little bit of time to do. I go to my inventory. Oh, there's a car parked here. Oh, there's a delivery guy. Okay, in my inventory should be this toolbox. I'm going to then drop it on the floor. Since I am enjoying the apocalypse so far, I'm also going to have some tasty ice cream. See what happens when, oh boy, alright. When the fight comes. So right now our weight is not positive or negative. So I'm not like stuffing myself with, oh hello, you have a prize of great joy. Equip that two-handed weapon. Alright. Oh, there's a school here. Sorry, little girl, but this is rough. Yeah, this is how it's going to go. Sorry, ma'am. You're no longer a small, innocent... Well, you're not actually a child, but you're no longer some innocent schoolgirl here. No, no, no. You are a prize to be had. Slightly bloody school bag. Equip on back. Certain items, certain tools like duffel bags, backpacks, hiking bags, they are your absolute greatest joy. We're at a school. This is great. We're at the school in whatever this place is called. It's usually a terrible place to be, but it happens to be that we're here soon enough that it might be valuable. The other thing you can do with looters, or things that you loot, if there's not a severely bloody option on their clothing, or bloody indicator on their clothing, you can actually take it and just tear up the material and make strips of cloth for yourself, which you'd use for bandaging. I just didn't do that, did I? Wait, no, I didn't finish the process. Rip close. There's somebody coming up behind you. Jones? Mr. Jones, you killed a lovely daughter. Never mind. Get down! Stomp. I want to stomp on her with my spacebar to end her threat and reduce the damage to my thing. Now, she had a fine silver necklace, which I could wear, but it'd be pointless. I also have some other pointless things on right now. We get a formal shirt. This has no defensive value, no protective value at all on the top. I'm going to right-click on this, and I'm going to rip this one. Just one, though. Otherwise, it'll rip everything in my inventory. There you go. Now he's wearing purple. This is his long-sleeve shirt, yes? Okay. Good. Well, we've got a bag here. Let's use it. Let's take the duct tape, put that in there. The can opener, we'll just drag that in there. I could also, like, click here to see what's in it. Shift roll through my stuff. I could grab things off here, like the jeans. I could take those jeans and I could, oops, double click. It'll put it in the category that I've got selected here. So I could do that. I meant to not do that, but let's drop that. All right, what else? Well, we're going to head to the school. We're going to look at vehicles. Try to give you guys as much information as I can. But we're going to do about a half an hour for each of these, and they will be full walkthrough. You'll see me die. Don't worry. I won't skim ahead to where I was like Jones the third or fourth. We're going to have a look at the school. This is what this is. I happen to know that feature. These fences are high enough that we can scale them, but zombies cannot. So that is good to know. Now, that'll mean we're cornered in here a little bit. We can look at the vehicles. There's, oh my goodness. How lucky is Jonesy? Look at what's on the ground. A nice, shiny Masterson Horizon key. We'll grab that and put that right in there. And now when we walk up to this car, it's got a little key icon, because guess who's got the keys? Awesome. All right. Davy Jones got himself a car. Now, the problem is Davy Jones probably... Ooh, alcohol swabs in there. Lovely. There's an M36 revolver in there. And some some rounds of ammunition in there. That is amazing. Okay, super good find. There's also a trunk we can use, and let's look at what the condition of the car is. Please tell me there's like gas and vehicle looks in nice shape. Oh, it's at 83.8. That's better condition than my van outside my house. 29 gas. We could not have lucked out better than we just did. Masterson Horizon. Davy Jones, you're not going down yet, friend. Not yet. Let's look at the trunk before we end off today. Hit E, it'll open up the trunk. There's a tire there, some garbage bags and things. Garbage bags are great. You can't put them on your back, like old St. Nick. But you can equip them in your hand. stuff a bunch of stuff in it, and it gets a 10% weight reduction. But more importantly, it's just easy to gather, or easy to organize. Plastic bags are better weight reduction, less capacity. So yeah, really good. It'll help if you're trying to pack out a bunch of stuff, like looting this school, for instance, would do. We're going to look at that tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. If you are enjoying the game and you'd like to see more of this fantastic early or mid-age sort of development of this game, he looks like he's the beast that will survive forever. Or next episode we'll get ourselves in a stupid situation and get ourselves dead. So I'm going to pause it right there. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. If you want to see more, do hit the like button. Let me know about that. Any questions you have that I can fill in for you when we return to this showcase later. I will definitely be doing more of this on the channel, both through YouTube and on streaming over on Twitch. So if you guys like to see more, please let me know. And hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow for some more fun with Davy Jones. I'll see you in game.